Okay, now we're going to be working on the CSS, and this is what I made earlier, but in the other videos, but a lot of it won't be used because we're going to customize it for this code that we've just written out. And I'll zoom in on this code just for a second for you that haven't actually, if you haven't managed to copy it out, just so you can see what it looks like so far. Okay, I'm pretty sure you were able to pause it then if you needed to. So our wrapper is defined, but it hasn't background color. We're not going to have a black background color. We're going to have an image, which I've uploaded in the link. It'll be in the description box. Background image URL. Now I've got text expander on again, so this is what you're going to need to type in: background image URL, and without the question mark is my way of saying you need to put something inside here. So our URL is going to be, okay, this is a good point I've just realised. When you download the thing off these files that I'm going to upload, you're going to need to implement it into your folders, so I'm just going to do that now and show you what it looks like after. Okay, my YouTube folder that I created now looks like this. It's got the CSS in it from the download, it's got all the images, it's got the JavaScript that we'll be using later, and it's still got the original HTML file and CSS file that we created. Okay, so I'll put a readme file in this for you, those of you that understand what just happened, but it's pretty self-explanatory to me. Right, now we're going to look. This is our main background actually. Is sort of this one going up, isn't it? So with an up gradient, so we're going to look for that file. Wonder what I called it. Just background. Okay, seems easy enough. That's definitely it. And we're going to do this one now. That's going to be on the body, I presume. So on the body, background image URL. We're going to go to the image folder, and we're going to go forward. No, actually, we're going to go dot stroke image stroke forward stroke background dot JPEG, and then underneath that we're going to have a background repeat, and we're going to repeat it across the x-axis. So basically we're going to have loads of these, loads of these lines going across the x-axis, and it'll make up an image. Now we can preview what that looks like now. Can you see that? It's got the gradient there. Looks pretty shit at the moment because the website's so small, but you know what I mean. It will look good, trust me. Eventually when the web's actually, what I could do is put a height on this. I put it about 1200, just a base height that we can work on. And there you go, that's going to be the gradient for the website. You see? The next one we're going to define for is this one. So we want a background image for the wrapper, and that image will be the word gradient going down. So actually, coming to think of it, I don't think I had a background image for the wrapper. No, that'll be for the main content. We'll do that now just to show what it looks like. Main background image URL dot image, and I believe the file is called body background. Okay. Why is there two? Which one do I use? Okay, there'll only be one when you do it, but we're going to use the JPEG actually. Yeah, we'll use the JPEG. It looks pretty good. body background.jpg. We're going to save that, and then we're going to preview it. So this is what it looks like. What? Oh, okay, I get it, I get it. The reason it's done that is because of the height. We'll put the height to 1000. We'll just put it to about 700 for the moment. Just for the moment. Yeah, it's looking a bit better. Okay. I'll get the right. Actually, the height is going to be, as it says here, 1100. My bad. 1100. See what that looks like. There we go. So we've got that bit there sort of working out now. Obviously we need to do this header to make it look right, which we will do now. We'll see how we're doing for time. 6 minutes. We want to change the font. The header is going to be the size of the header's background, which doesn't have one. So it's going to be about 100, just from memory. Now we'll see that now. There we are. Looking more organised. That's right. The logo is going to need to resize to 100, and then the width of it will be the width of the logo. So which logo we're going to be using? Number 2. The width is logo. Okay, we're going to use that, but it doesn't seem to be the right size. I'll come back on that one. Okay, this is the new dimensions for the header. 145 pixels on the height, and for the logo, no, actually 131 for the height, 131 for the height and the logo, and 245 for the width of the logo. And then you want to link to the logo with this code. As you can see, it's referring to the URL in the image folder logo 2 I created, and then that will look like this. Okay, looking alright, isn't it? Okay, if you want curved corners like this and not sharp like that, all you've got to do is change the body background from JPEG to PNG. So save that, and it will look like that. But I don't know why the reason it's green is because of the background colours that's interfering with it. So let's have a look at this. Remove the background colour lime. Save that, and there you go. You've got the cornered edge. And the reason it isn't cornered up here is because we're going to have a button on top of it like this, you know? So it just looks like it's popping out. Okay, I've entered some more text in, but there are more code in. The code I've entered is we've got sub logos now, which I'll zoom in on. Sub logos, this is the width, this is the height, and it's going to float to the right, okay? And if you haven't done it already from looking at my code, the logo, the standard logo, the Utopia Windows, is going to float to the left. Now inside the sub logos we had the 3 logos, logo 1, logo 2, and logo 3. Okay, I can show you that now. See that? Inside sub logos we got the 3 logos. Now what I've done is I've attached the file to it, which all you're gonna need to copy out this code. I might put it in a text file, but it's best to copy it out, and then you can sort of build it yourself and then see where you've gone wrong. So this is setting the dimensions. That's floating it to the left, which is like aligning, if you remember what I said earlier in another video. And then this is the image. And now this is the magical part. The logo 1, actually we'll do it on the logo 2 because this has actually got more in it. The logo 2 hover, which basically means when you put your cursor over the image, it's going to, all this different is this bit, a different image and different cursor. So basically all this is the same. Okay? So we've got a different image, we've got a different cursor. Now, I'll show you what that looks like. I haven't actually tested it yet. That looks like we've got the 3 images, and when you hover over this one, you get a little hand cursor and the image changes. Okay, pretty simple. Now how I've done that is just changing the image and putting this little bit of code here. That's all I've done. One thing I'd like to say is the way I've managed to get that in the middle is float it to the left and then put a margin to the left of 75 pixels, so it sort of shifts it over. If I got rid of that, I'll show you what it looks like. It's sort of right next to it. I mean, you don't really want that. I wanted a bit of space. So obviously as the second hover has not got that, you can see the difference. So let me just do that. And then the third one is floating to the right with no like margin, so it's to the right, you know. Okay, we'll resume in the next video. I'll type out some more code. I'll probably put this in a file so you can sort of refer to it. But yeah, see ya.